Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me well. So we will be talking about the metaverse and the blockchain technology. So first of all, I would like to present the two people here with me. So we will have Laurent Carrie from L'Oréal, as well as Claude from Versity and Les Agences de Papa. So could you please just talk a little bit about you, so your role within your companies, and then we can go directly to the questions.
Yeah. Yes. I lead a tech factory. It's a little entity in L'Oréal Group in IT guys, and we build and deploy all the new tech in for the group of L'Oréal. And actually, we have many projects on blockchain and Metaverse, and we prepare the future for our business, and we try to define what is the best architecture, what is the best tools, what is the best partner, and I hope to find what is the best scenario to have a new business in blockchain ecosystem, in Metaverse ecosystem.
Hi, I'm Claude. I'm the CEO of a company called Les Agences de Papa, and Les Agences de Papa is a listed company that is specialized in digital real estate transactions. And for quite a long time, we are preparing another project called Versity, which is a metaverse dedicated to real estate. So I'm here to talk about this project, and I think personally that the blockchain technologies and the metaverse will be the future of not only the real estate business, but a lot of business around here. So very pleased to be here with you.
Okay, thank you very much. So as you can see, the title of the panel is blockchain the perfect technology for the metaverse? And we have heard a lot about crypto. So it started during COVID because people were bored, people were staying home, they didn't know what to do, and they had a lot of money to invest. So this is the first time we heard about cryptocurrencies and that we had this retail interest in the cryptocurrencies. Then we heard about NFTs going up. We had different collections like the Bored Apes or the CryptoPunks, which made quite a lot of noise in the traditional media. And so during this panel, we'll talk about NFTs, the metaverse, the blockchain technology as well. And so I guess the first thing to understand is that you cannot talk about NFTs, you cannot talk about the metaverse without talking about crypto. And so the first question would be for both of you is how did you get yourself into cryptocurrencies? So how did you discover it? What were your first steps in this field? And then we can go towards more specific questions.
For me and my team, it was 6 years, and we start with a project on Morocco oil, because we need to have a best traceability for some raw material, because in L'Oréal we produce physical assets, shampoo, perfume, etc. And we try to improve the traceability in for some raw material, and we try to have a blockchain to follow the process production for Morocco oil. And we start with this project.
To be honest, I'm not a big blockchain specialist. Actually, we are 3 persons that heading our company, and one of the person, a co-founder of our company, is a big fan of big blockchain for years. And as we are a Web2 company initially, we try to disrupt the real estate transaction market here in France. I think we've been quite successful in this way, but we met several bottlenecks doing our business, and probably I will go deeper in our issues and the problem we met, and the blockchain the metaverse. We found in blockchain and metaverse the answers to all our major issues, and for us it's a game changer technology that will help us to change the future of real estate transaction.
Okay, thank you very much. And so the metaverse is quite a broad term. So we talk about digital identity, we talk about open worlds, we talk about blockchain, we talk about interoperability. But how would you define the metaverse? So what does it represent for you?
Okay, it's my turn. Well, for me, the metaverse is a kind of parallel world, immersive world, where you can. It's the continuation of the screen of your computer, and instead of having things are doing on your screen, it's like you are going inside your screen, and that makes a lot of things possible. You are going from a 2D world to the 3D world, and that's a continuation. And probably that's why a lot of people call it Web 3, because it's a continuation of the Web 2. And as I said, we are a Web 2 company, and what we do in our Web 2 business is mainly a portal when you can sell and buy your properties. And if you imagine to be able to go directly in an immersive world, then the fields of possibility became much broader, and you can interact directly with all the people inside the screen, inside this world. You can directly work together with all the people within this world, and probably mainly that's the key things for me. It's the change from 2Ds to 3Ds.
Yes, and first of all, I think metaverse should not a pale copy of a real world. It's very important, because if a metaverse it's only a screen, we fail. And I think many brands doesn't want to build a business on the screen. I think we have e-commerce, we have Web 2.0, and I think it's enough. I think the metaverse must be a new world, a beauty world, because in L'Oréal we are a beauty company. But I think we need to have a beauty world, a safe virtual world. It's very important, because, for example, for us in L'Oréal, most of consumers are a woman, and I think many women doesn't want to go in a war virtual world. And in other part, I think the disruptive technology, it's to have an avatar, because it's a strange next step. It's possible to have our twins in Industry 4.0. We have many twins in our project, but it's the first time it's possible to have a twins of people. And I think it's very important to have a new experience, to share and to meet other people, to have a new community, and to have a new experience. If we don't have a new experience, it's a metaverse, I think we fail.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, especially on this aspect where you talk about an immersive world where people can interact with each other, where we have a sense of community as well, which is open to everyone as well, which is a safe place. And the thing that we have to remember is that in the Web 2 companies, in the Web 2 worlds that have been built, you have never been able to own your data, your objects in the metaverse, while the blockchain technology actually offers you this opportunity where, for example, as you talked about avatars, for example, in a video game today, you don't own these avatars. It's basically owned by the game or by the company which is behind the game. While in the metaverse or in these open worlds, we have the possibility to actually own it and show a proof of ownership. And this is the major part which will change this revolution, let's say. But still we have this lack of comprehension because it's a new technology. We introduce new cryptographic terms. We are talking about public keys, private keys, seeds, fees, paying for buying cryptocurrencies, wallets. So it's kind of hard for example, my mom still doesn't understand what I do. So she thinks I work in the internet magic money. So the thing is, today, if we want this technology to succeed, we need mass adoption. And to get this mass adoption, we have to educate people. But on the other side, we can also implement this technology within applications where people don't even know that they are using cryptocurrencies. So the question would be, how do we go towards this mass adoption, and what are the key areas that the blockchain technology and our whole industry should focus on?
Okay. Well, I think we should. We just did the first round of our ICO, and what we realized in this first round that the people who buy our tokens and we were quite surprised, were for 2/3 non-crypto people. So we ask ourselves why those people bought our tokens, because we need the tokens instead to be able to make the metaverse, to do transaction within our metaverse. So we understand something, that people understand the business behind. So I think it's important to put real business that everybody can understand, like real estate. Everybody knows what is real estate, what is buying a house, buying an apartment, and if you apply that with tools from the Web3, then people can understand. Don't use. I think the use of words like NFTs or tokens it's not necessary. You need to make things easier. You need to do a real business case so that everybody can understand what you're doing, and the technology should be transparent to them. That's the key point from our perspective. We are trying to do a business that is understandable by most of people because it's the real economy. We need to link the real economy to those new tools, so people can clearly adapt it without knowing what's behind. So, and then, I'm not from the Web3, so what I saw on the Web3 is a lot of things are gamings, are, I would say, cryptocurrencies. Well, it's great. But we saw that it's mostly speculations on some of them, and if you don't bring real economy within, then it doesn't make sense in the long term. So, in order to make people, like most of the people, not only a few % of the population, part of it, you need to bring real economy.
Thank you. Do you want to add something? Yes,
yeah,
please. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stage. Jorge, right? I hope you
George.
George. Oh, sorry.
Jorge is
just please present yourself.
Okay. I first apologies. I mean, I did not know. I was told it was only 3 p.m. My name is Jorge Sebastião. It's my third time here and the event with Paris Blockchain and Oscan Brothers and everybody. So it's a pleasure to be here. I normally, I'm Portuguese Canadian, but I reside mostly across the Middle East, so I do a lot of projects around the Middle East, but a little bit in Europe and also a lot of Asia and Africa. So we have actually built the largest blockchain community around Dubai, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and so on. Of course, these technologies like blockchain has started taking ground around 7 years ago. More specifically, we created a group called EcoX, which stands for Ecosystem Connections. More specifically on the metaverse and the topic that you have here, I have, of course, very specific points of view. The first one is metaverse is a technology. I prefer actually the word multiverse rather than metaverse because there's not one metaverse. That's the first point. We have to do a lot of interoperability between them because there's a lot of very not so good things going on. And I also prefer the word digital twin rather than metaverse, in the sense the technology of digital twin and virtual worlds has been with us since VRML. I don't know if many of you have probably heard about VRML. So this 3D technology has been part of Web 2.0, not Web 3.0, but it's been with us for quite some time. So Web 3.0 adds the decentralization element. So digital twin and metaverse can actually be done without blockchain, but I do believe that blockchain does add an important element the same way it adds it to Web 3.0, which I consider blockchain a technology of trust. So if you want to do business transactions or some kind of transfer of value between individuals, organizations, could be government to government, business to business, or business to consumer, or B2B2C, depending on the requirements. What this allows you to do is to do this transfer of value, and value could be digital assets, could actually be money or digital money, but also could be other types of assets. Blockchain enables that to actually take place. Is blockchain quite ready for the metaverse? I don't think so. I think we're still taking, you can call it baby steps. And obviously there's many reasons why it's not ready. Primarily one would be probably performance. If you want to do 1 million transactions per second, less than 1% of the blockchains today and the consensus mechanisms actually enable you to do 1 million transactions per second. Most of them are in the tens of thousands, and there's probably 4 or 5 in my hand that can do maybe 100,000 transactions per second. So it cannot be really used today in a relatively scalable way. If you look at, for example, the Bored Apes, just tried to launch their metaverse on the Ethereum platform, and guess what happened the next few minutes? Ethereum kind of crashed, and they knew it was going to happen. I mean, many reasons. The smart contract was badly programmed, lots of gas fees and many other wrong things, but even beyond that, I think today there's probably about 2 to 3 blockchains that are kind of doing the necessary steps for this to actually take place. There's other technologies that are not mentioned here, but I think are important, is the value of data as well, not just the value of transfer of assets. So artificial intelligence and big data actually plays an extremely important role in the metaverse. So this data needs to also be monetized, transferred, and controlled. So by having control over the data through your digital signature or through your wallets, you can be part of that monetization as well.
Yeah, I would like to get back to something you said before about the blockchain, about how it is ready or not to interact with the metaverse, to have lots of inflows. And actually, yesterday we had this discussion with some people, and they were asking, well, we had the Uber incentive on the blockchain. But the thing is, you have to understand that today, blockchain is not the answer to everything. And if you throw all the people that use Twitter today on, for example, Lens protocol, which is built on Polygon, so a scalable kind of blockchain, it would crash. It wouldn't work. And what we are looking for today is, especially in social media, for example, if we talk about Twitter, is that there are lots of users, there are lots of content, and there are lots of interactions. That's why you go on Twitter today. Today, if you decide to launch a Web3 social media, you would only have people that understand this social media, that understand how to use wallets, that understand digital signatures. Then it's a really small portion of people, even those who invest in crypto, not all of them know how to use a wallet. And so the thing with this is that I think that the future for the implementation of blockchain and of cryptocurrency in general are the big groups who will implement cryptocurrencies and blockchain in their services, rather than launching a completely new service built on a completely new blockchain, which has not even been proven to be functional yet, rather than doing that. So,
I think there's a place for what you call these hybrid or intermediate steps, and this has actually been done today. Today you can actually do tipping for a tweet on Twitter, which means it's a hybrid technology. It's actually a layer 2 hybrid technology. So it's actually, you can send bitcoins, which actually using the Lightning network. So you can, it's basically a micro payment solution. So I think these intermediate bridging technologies are extremely important. But there's actually one element that is, you brought it, I think is extremely valuable. I think the best metaverse and blockchain technologies are the ones that will start using them, but we don't know we are actually using them. This thing of connecting the MetaMask wallet and all this is not for everybody. I mean, for those that are here that are a little bit of a good technical background, it looks quite simple. Think in terms of the guy sitting at the door, which is the doorman, and try to say, please do that. He's going to go have a heart attack in the first 30 seconds of the operation. It's not a natural thing to do. And by the way, all this has happened to technologies around the world. I've been a technologist for 35 years. If we look at this, when ATMs were first introduced in Canada, it was the same problem. They were introducing them to an aging population. And when a person that was 60 years old and faced an ATM machine, it was a daunting task. And as soon as he did a transaction on the ATM machine, he ran back into the bank to update the bank book, because that was the only thing that he trusted as something valuable to them. And I think the same thing will happen to blockchain and metaverse. It needs to become much more user-friendly, much more adaptable, and then it will get traction in the community.
Yes, and I think we don't forget, people doesn't want buy blockchain or buy crypto. People want a new service, a new asset, a new product, or a new experience. Many people doesn't want I don't know NFT. If NFT it's only a picture on my phone, the value for the consumer is very poor. And we don't forget, many people doesn't want a technology, but want a new service. And we don't forget this.
Yeah, and I think the point on which you touched right before that is that's the discussion we had right before. The crypto and blockchain will have a force where when you don't know that you're actually using crypto, you're using NFTs. And one of the good examples that I have, which is not investment advice, it's called Ariani, which is a French company which offers digital passports for luxury products, for example. And basically, you download their app when you buy a product, for example, a watch. When you buy a watch, then you have to scan a QR code. You have this digital passport which is sent to your application, but you don't even know that's an NFT. You don't know which blockchain it was sent on. You don't know that you actually own it, but you have it in your smartphone, and they actually got a return from the crypto community saying that it's too simple. You are not Web3 enough. So now they are working on an advanced solution for crypto people. But then I guess this was a good use case for the use cases of NFTs and for a utility. And also I would like to thank you, George, because you touched on my question of the multi-miniverse. So, and I think we're running out of time, so I'll try to be quick. The thing is, let's talk about interoperability. Today we have many blockchains, many metaverses or multi-miniverses, that's what I call them. What do you think, how do you think it will evolve in the years to come? Will it be through bridges between blockchains? Will it be one blockchain which takes over all the other ones? Will it be something else? Just a quick answer, please.
Yes, I do believe that interoperability is the key for success in the future, but today interoperability is a problem. And I'm a cybersecurity guy. The last two hacks, one was 400 million and the last one was 100 million, I think. So it's self-explanatory.
Okay, we can go.
The interoperability is the keys. If we don't, it's not possible to have one metaverse, one unique metaverse. I think the scenario will be there is many multiverse, and we need to have a bridge between all these different.
I would like to add something which is very important. Remember when we got the first browser, which was Netscape? When you got the contents in that browser, you didn't not really care where the content came from, and it made it almost transparent where the content came from. I think we need to reach the same thing in the multiverse. I mean, we are able to transport across virtual worlds and not know which one really, it doesn't matter. You should portable also the assets, whether they happen to be NFTs or not, across those multiverses as well.
Yeah, and I think this new person, the avatar, these guys or this woman want more freedom without border, and these twins. It's a new way to discover many worlds, many experience, and it's not possible to have many border, many controls, and I think in final the user experience was very bad.
If I may address that thing, I think my marketing team did a market research on all the metaverse or those that exist, and there are a lot. And I think at a certain point you need the market. We're very early stage. You need the market to do this part. His part of the job, that is to eliminate all the when those metaverse will begin to be operational and people begin to use it. At a certain point, the market will do his job and eliminate all those unsuccessful, I would say, metaverse, and people will adapt those who are more user-friendly and who make sense, who have real business on it. And I think in a few years we'll have much less metaverse and just probably only several of them, and probably some from some specific dedicated business, and other which are more like broader metaverse. But of course, I think it would be great to have interaction, but I'm not sure it's possible because technically I'm not a tech guy, but I don't think for this moment, at this moment, it's ready to. We are ready to have a complete interaction between metaverse.
I wanted to add just 2 or 3 quick things. One is I think privacy is extremely important. So I invite you to go look at the website called xrsi.org, which is a kind of a framework out to address privacy in immersive worlds, including the metaverse. And the last point is also to do with usability from the device's perspective, which means, carrying these goggles for more than 1 hour is not really a practical thing. It makes you sick. So we have to think about the user from usability perspective. So that means, I think, mixed reality kind of glasses that are more friendly and augmented reality are going to probably take over these kind of very ugly and very heavy goggles that, don't make you very well.
Yeah, they're showing that we have to cut it off. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. We talked about the technical side. We talked about a little bit the adoption, the mass adoption, which is really important for our world and for the adoption of the technology as well. So I guess it was good. So please, round of applause for our speakers.